That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen in my life.
Alright guys, I am very, very sorry if this is the third time that you've heard this announcement, but I need to drive it home because it's absolutely massive, and I owe y'all the biggest thank you ever. Guys, thank you so much for all the support that you have showed the channel throughout this entire football season. Just past 20,000 subscribers. I mean, I never thought that would happen. I can't even fathom how large of a number that is. And I really owe all of the thanks to anybody who's ever gone down there, dropped a like on the video, left a comment. Thank you so much. It's just also anybody supporting the live stream, all the members on Patreon. Y'all are the reasons that the flock is growing. The flock is at 20,000 strong now. Trust me, we'll be at 100,000 strong next football season. No question about it. I'm going to continue outworking every other fantasy football YouTuber. We're going to continue live streaming every single night, uploading 3 to 4 videos every single day. And guys, please go down to the comments right now. Let me know if y'all have any ideas of what y'all would like to see in the live stream tonight to celebrate. Let me know if y'all have any ideas of a non-fantasy football video y'all would like to see, like the NFL Combine one we did. Please, I'm going to be going down there, reading your comments. Let me know what you would like to see because you are the reason we got here. All right, so that's it. Let's go over these running backs that are falling fast in fantasy football. And a couple guys on this list, I'm not going to lie, I really liked coming into this season. I mean, they were my draft day targets. At some point, I probably, maybe, just maybe, called one of these players a league winner. Regardless, let's get into it. And let's start it off with J.K. Dobbins. Okay, so guys, clearly the problem with J.K. Dobbins is Mark Ingram came into this offense and made this yet again a 3-man backfield where J.K. Dobbins only saw 5 carries, total of 14 yards while only getting 1 reception. Now, clearly Dobbins is never going to be a running back that we can trust while Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards are active, just because it looks like J.K. Dobbins is not doing much to go out there and really take over as the feature down running back in Baltimore. And I don't think the Baltimore coaching staff really wants that. I think they want to continue to go out there and implement this committee style. It's working for them. No reason to get away from it. And also, guys, there's actually one other major concern with J.K. Dobbins right now, and that is that this 2020 Baltimore Ravens offense is nothing close to what we got in 2019. So even if J.K. Dobbins was able to take over as the feature down running back there, where previously I would have said he had top 5 overall running back upside, now I think that we're probably looking at that upside just being a little bit capped because we are not seeing that elite level of efficiency in Baltimore like we saw in 2019. So right now, guys, I think with J.K. Dobbins, this is still not a running back you can go out there and drop just because we know he does have the athleticism. He has the pass catching ability, and sometimes he'll get that usage at the goal line where if for whatever reason, say we see a Gus Edwards injury and then the coaching staff decides to roll out J.K. Dobbins as that feature down running back and really not rely on Mark Ingram as heavily or vice versa. Yeah, guys, I mean, just because he does have some asymmetrical upside compared to the other options you'd be seeing on the waiver wire, you are going to have to hold him on your roster, but it is extremely, extremely concerning. And I think the majority of the times in 2020, he is not going to be hitting his ceiling. Okay, so now our next running back, this is the running back that at the beginning of the year, I owe everybody a massive apology for because I called him a league winner, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, guys, with Jonathan Taylor, a lot of people are coming into the live streams asking me my thoughts, asking me what's going on. And guys, I'll tell you, if anybody tells you they know exactly what is going on with Jonathan Taylor, they are lying to you because Jonathan Taylor, yes, is going out there making some highlight plays, trucking some defenders over, but at the end of the day, he is not making those consistent plays where he's providing the Indianapolis Colts enough value with his carries for them to look to change anything in this backfield right now. Because the problem here is not only is Jonathan Taylor not getting that workload, but this is another 3-man committee in Indianapolis where really there's no path for Jonathan Taylor to take over as the feature down running back here. 7 carries, 37 yards, and 2 receptions. I mean, really, what are we going to be talking about in terms of Jonathan Taylor's overall upside in 2020 at this point? Because I think that Nyheim Hines is always going to have his role on the offense. So the absolute best case scenario with Jonathan Taylor is we see a Jordan Wilkins injury. We see Jonathan Taylor maybe elevate as a high-end running back 2 in fantasy. But at the end of the day, that's where you drafted him in your fantasy football drafts. So just atrocious seeing Jonathan Taylor, pretty much the one thing that you thought that we needed to see, a Marlon Mack injury occurring in week 1. I mean, you would assume Jonathan Taylor right now was a top 10 running back in fantasy football. That's not happening now. No reason to expect it to change anytime soon. Okay, so now I don't need to apologize. Now I get to say I told you so. Guys, with Darrell Henderson, he's going to be our next running back falling fast. So many problems with Darrell Henderson right now. Y'all know I was worried about Cam Akers coming back healthy from that rib injury, coming in, getting work in the offense, taking it away from Darrell Henderson. And honestly, Henderson does not only need to worry about Cam Akers because Malcolm Brown is also getting that usage. And guys, the theme of this video so far has been that we can live with 2-man backfields, but you cannot touch a 3-man backfield. And that's what we are seeing right now in Los Angeles. Cam Akers, Malcolm Brown, and Darrell Henderson all getting work. And what's most worrisome about Darrell Henderson besides that is actually the fact that he is not heavily utilized in the receiving game. So when we are looking at Henderson, he is going to be a touchdown or bust player. And even in this scenario where he scored the touchdown in week 10, he still did not provide us with league winning upside. He still did not provide us with matchup winning upside, and that he was dropping 10 fantasy points. So I think that's kind of near his top end of his range of outcomes. So when we are going to be looking at Darrell Henderson for the rest of the season, I think that he's someone that does not come close to our starting lineup. Yes, he may have a random spike week here or there. It's going to be impossible to predict when it's going to happen though. So with Henderson, honestly, I'm viewing him in the same light as Nyheim Hines. Really wish you would have sold a week ago. Okay, so now our next running back, Leonard Fournette. Guys, with Fournette, I mean, I would have thought that with that Ronald Jones fumble to start the game in week 10, we would see Fournette take over as the feature down running back. But clearly, I mean, if anybody told you to draft Leonard Fournette in 2020, please go unfollow them. I mean, that may have been one of the worst process calls that we've seen ever, just because we've seen now Leonard Fournette get cut from the Jacksonville Jaguars. We've seen Leonard Fournette not even be able to supplant Ronald Jones after his fumble concerns continue to resurface. And honestly, I know a lot of people just want to say, Mason, this wasn't the game script for Leonard Fournette. We don't need to be drastically lowering him down our fantasy rankings. He's still going to be that great option whenever the Tampa Bay Buccaneers need to go a little bit more pass heavy. But guys, a lot of the value that was baked into the Leonard Fournette evaluation was actually the fact that we could see him eventually completely supplant Ronald Jones. And I think based on Ronald Jones fumbling that ball, not losing any carries in the game, and then continuing to go out there and drop almost 200 yards against the Carolina Panthers. At this point, we're going into week 11. I think that it's almost impossible to see Leonard Fournette maintain a bell cow role on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers outside of a Ronald Jones injury. So that is definitely going to severely limit his overall upside. All right, so now our last running back, Melvin Gordon. And guys, with Melvin Gordon, honestly, I don't know what to say here. I think that he is just completely toast in 2020. I mean, we did not even see a ton of production for Phillip Lindsay. Phillip Lindsay, I'm not even sure, scored 1 fantasy point. And still Melvin Gordon going out there and only accruing 4.6 fantasy points in this game. Just absolutely atrocious. What was even worse about this performance is the fact that he got no receptions out of the backfield. That is really going to lower his floor and his ceiling to the point where even if Melvin Gordon hits, like say quote unquote Melvin Gordon goes out there, has 20 carries for 97 yards, I mean, what is he ending with? 9.7 fantasy points? No, you cannot have that. You need the running backs that are also going to catch 3 balls for another 22 yards to really raise their floor and their ceiling. Melvin Gordon is not providing you with anything right now. And really, the path for him to being productive is a Phillip Lindsay injury. I mean, we need to see a Lindsay injury. We need to see Melvin Gordon handle 100% of the touches out of this backfield, and that would elevate him to a mid running back 2, maybe even a low-end running back 2. But right now, he is someone that cannot come anywhere close to our starting lineups. Still don't think you can cut him, but at the end of the day, it is very worrisome. Now, thank you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope you got something from it. As always, please make sure you go down there, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and I hope I'll see you on the live stream tonight. And also, guys, please let me know what y'all want to happen in the live stream tonight. Let me know if there's anything y'all would really like to see.